Hello everybody, this is the Mediocre Beast and today I'm here to review Marvel Select Thanos. Now this figure here, it has been on my wish list for quite a number of years. I couldn't get it the initial time it was released. So I've been waiting on the fence and I didn't want to pay scalper prices. So I've been waiting for a re-release of some sort, but it was not being re-released. But I got lucky. Last week I found this on a local comic book store here and I just paid the retail price. I think it was 45 Canadian dollars. So now I have Thanos in my collection. So here Thanos is looking great. We don't see anything else except an extra head here. The box here, you see the name of Thanos. You see a logo with his face on it. On the side, you see this nice graphic of Thanos. He has this modern look to him. On the back, you see another picture of the figure. Behind that picture of the figure, you see some more images from the comics. On this side, nothing worth mentioning. So yeah, it's a good box, but we are more interested to see what's inside. So stick with me till the end. So here is Thanos outside the packaging, and I don't think I'll get the chance to say this often, so I'm gonna say it. I am impressed and disappointed at the same time. It's a mixed emotion because the Thanos figure here, it looks absolutely gorgeous. It has so many really nice paint details. The sculpt is amazing. It looks completely badass. But it only comes with this spare head, nothing else. It doesn't have any other display base, no backgrounds or anything, no other accessories, no extra hands, nothing. I love Marvel Select figures for their sculpt, for their paint, but I also love them because of the detailed base or the detailed backdrops that they provide. This one here, it comes with just this spare head. And don't get me wrong, it is a really nice looking head here. You can see here Thanos looks really good. You see he has red eyes. This purple with some dark dry brushing going on looks really good. Even his teeth, the paint is top notch on his teeth. These marks near his chin overall, and he has that smirk. So overall the sculpt is done really well. I cannot complain anything about the sculpt or the paint, but as I said, it doesn't come with anything else. I would have loved if Thanos had extra stuff like extra pair of hands. For example, he has his Infinity Gauntlet here on this hand, but he has it in a fisted gesture. I would have loved if he had that snapping finger, that snapping motion on his left hand. And on this hand, he only has this open hand. We would have been it would have been so much better if he had a fisted hand for this arm as well. So yeah, this figure, it is really good looking, but in terms of accessories, it is quite a bit lacking. So that's where I am disappointed. But anyways, can't can't complain enough about that. But yeah, let's move on to the figure itself. Now the Thanos figure here, on this head sculpt, you can also see the same red eyes and the wonderfully done paint on his teeth and his face. It looks really good. The purple on both the faces, they look the same color, so that's great. His helmet, it also looks really good with all these golden paint. This Thanos here is like a modern take on the character, so he has more modern aesthetic look, and but also with the traditional, some of the traditional elements. So you see this thing here. I don't know what this is, but just like the traditional Thanos, he also has this thing over here, this armor plate kind of thing, and it is hard plastic. It's not a soft plastic that I thought it would be. So overall design, it's like a modern take on Thanos's comic book design, and I really dig what they've done. You see the gold paint throughout the figure, and it is done really, really well. And the body suit part here, it has these black design elements, like these lines, sculpted details. It seems like he's wearing like a battle armor kind of a thing, and it looks great. His belt here also looks great, and this skirt kind of a thingy. It also has great sculpt. Here you see the knee pad here, the boots. They look great. You see this thing here, this kind of round kind of thing here on his boots. You see the similar thing near his gloves here, but not on this one because this one is the Infinity Gauntlet. It looks different. And on the back, there are more paint details. You see some cut marks here from battle damage, I suppose. You see more paint detail going here, more sculpted details. Overall, the figure is absolutely gorgeous. Looking at the Infinity Stones, here you see all the painted on stones. You see the orange one, green, blue, purple, yellow, red. All of them are painted really, really neatly. So yeah, this is great. Oh, you even see painted on details here for the belt on this Infinity Gauntlet. So this one looks great, and see how muscular he is. Look at his biceps. This figure is really, really well sculpted. Look at all the muscle that he has. Even his legs. You will see muscles that you don't even know of. So overall, this Thanos here, he looks absolutely freaking amazing, and I can't praise it enough. I can't praise how good looking it is. I think it will look really, really good on my display shelf. And here is Thanos with his alternate head. I really had to struggle to get the default head out of the ball socket. It is a really tight fit, so it is a struggle to get the head out and get the other one in. So you need to be careful if you're doing that. As long as you're careful, you should be fine. But here, the figure, it looks really, really good with this head sculpt as well. And the thing that that stands out to me is that the face resembles quite a bit with the MCU Thanos. You know what I mean? I do see the resemblance here. I mean, of course, it's Thanos, so they all should look similar. But I get this similarity with the MCU version in specific because Marvel Select never released the MCU Thanos, I don't think. So this one comes pretty close. I know the costume is completely different, but in terms of the face sculpt and this modern look, I think it looks pretty close to the MCU version. So I'm glad that they did something like this, and I'm really, really happy with how they've implemented everything. It looks really, really good. So I'm loving it so far. Now let's take a look at Thanos' articulation. Time for some measurements. The Thanos figure here stands about 7 3/4 inches tall. Now, time for some comparisons. Let's start with the much older Marvel Select comic book Thanos. Now, this figure here, it is one of my most favorite figures. When I first arrived here in Canada, I had to leave most of my collection in Bangladesh. I couldn't carry all of them, but I did not forget to bring this one. So this comic book Thanos, I really love how good it looks, how bulky it is, how really well built this one is. And this newer version with a more modernized armor look on his costume, this one looks really great, but it's so small compared to the comic book version. You can see the size difference is actually staggering. So it is kind of a big difference between how big the comic book version we have here. And also this comic book version came with extra Infinity Gauntlet hand. It also came with Lady Death figure, but this one just that spare head. So even though this figure is bigger, bulkier, this figure used up more plastic, but still it came with more accessories, but this one doesn't. Then again, I could also say in its defense, it has more paint details compared to the comic book version. It has so many sculpted on and painted on details. So that could be a reason why they were trying to save money, I guess, with not giving us more accessories. I hate it, but I'm just trying to find reasons as to why they would do that. So just some more comparison. I have Marvel Select. All of these are Marvel Select figures. I have Captain America Winter Soldier. I have Gamerverse Spider-Man here. I have Thor Dark World version of Thor, and I have Avengers Age of Ultron Hulk. Now, as you can see here, Thanos is quite small. Even he's smaller than the movie version of Thor, and he's kind of like the similar height. Not similar, but pretty close to Captain America. The only figure that he towers over is the Spider-Man figure. And that would be another complaint I would have, that this Thanos is pretty small. He should be larger. Even if it was not as large as the comic book version, it should have been at least a little bit taller, a little bit more bulkier. I mean, it looks puny compared to Hulk, and Hulk is completely justified in saying puny god if he beats up this Thanos, because he is puny. Another comparison with my only Marvel Legends figure. Now we all know Marvel Legends is a 6-inch line, Marvel Select is a 7-inch line, but this Kingpin here is supposed to be a large Marvel Legends figure. Despite that, it is 6-inch, but still it's going toe-to-toe with Thanos here. Thanos should have been much larger, much bigger, much bulkier. So it sucks that a 7-inch scale figure is standing in pretty much similar height and width as a 6-inch scale Marvel Legends figure, and that sucks. He should have been much larger. So we are near the end of the video. Thank you if you have watched this far. Now I am a new YouTuber, so I'm still learning. My video quality might not be all that good. So I really appreciate it when you watch my videos, and if you can provide constructive criticism, any kind of feedback on the comment section, I'd really love it. And if you have watched this far, I really appreciate that. Despite my amateur video quality, you have been watching it. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, you have been watching the unboxing and review of Marvel Select Thanos action figure. As I shared earlier, this figure, it's a mixed bag of emotions for me. I am really impressed with the sculpt, with the paint. I am really disappointed with the amount of accessories or lack of accessories or any other display base or anything else at all. This figure, it's just the figure itself with that addition of that extra spare head. Other than that, this figure doesn't come with anything, and I really hate that. This figure also, it is pretty small compared to the other Marvel Select figures. It should have been much taller, much larger, much bulkier. It would have been better in scale with the other figures. He will look kind of small with some other comic book versions of my Marvel Select figures. So that would not look good. So these are some big issues. Another glaring issue would be the lack of articulation. But then again, I really cannot complain about that, because we all know Marvel Selects are not supposed to be the ones with great articulation. They are kind of like posable statues. So I really, this complaint won't be valid that he doesn't have good articulation, because we all know he's not supposed to have them. So yeah, these are the issues. But now getting into the positive things, he looks so amazing. I can't say enough good things. I love how he looks. The sculpt, the musculature, the entire paint details, the body, everything looks really good. I think it's gonna it's gonna increase the beauty of my display shelf if I display it there. So that's a very good thing to say about this. So I'm not sure whether I should give this a good score or not. I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars out of 5. I think that would be a fair score. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if the 3.5 out of 5 is a good score or not. If you agree with my opinion or if you disagree with something, do let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear your thoughts. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll upload some new videos soon, so please stay in touch. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.